Did you know that time travel was mentioned in the Bible many years before scientists today even fathomed that any such concept could exist? As a matter of fact, while some of us still think time travel is impossible, Nikola Tesla has already claimed to have done so in 1895. Mind boggled? You and me both, fellows. In his own words, he could see the past, present, and future. It's all happening at the same moment. A Serbian-American scientist, Nikola Tesla theorized that you could time travel the same way as mentioned in the Bible, and he went through with it already. In fact, a witness who found Tesla in a cafe after his trip through time said that he was found quite anxious and agitated on the day that he claimed to have gone through space and time. Now, you might still think that the inventor was bluffing, considering it appears that he began to go insane at some point in his life. But even his assistant testified to the fact that he did go through a life-threatening experiment in March of 1895. And by life-threatening, I mean the dead-on-the-spot level. Why, you ask? Well, because he was jolted by 3.5 million volts of electricity in a single moment. And had it been for his assistant turning the switch off right on the spot, he would have dropped dead right on the spot. Tesla also mentioned to a reporter that he was paralyzed by the electromagnetic field that he experienced while out of the space-time window and was unable to help himself for the moment that the experiment lasted. 3.5 million volts. Could you ever have imagined that a single human being can withstand such a high voltage? Scientists suggest that the safe limit before which a person can be electrocuted is a voltage of 100 volts. So he was hit by 35,000 times the electricity that a normal person can safely withstand. No wonder that people doubt whether he was even remotely sane after this venture of his. Now, this might seem completely bogus even now, and no one in their right mind would ever do any such thing. But this experiment was done again by the US Navy under a plan that they called the Philadelphia Project. The whole idea was to make a military warship, the USS Eldridge, invisible to its enemies by bending light and moving the ship through space and time. And they actually managed to do just that. Witnesses testify that they saw the ship disappear and reappear again.
They're beautiful.
And teams that inspected the ship later saw that not all people had survived. Some of them had disappeared, others burnt to a crisp, and some survived but were pretty much not in their right mind. But like all other controversial events, this was swept under the rug. The survivors were allegedly subjected to hypnosis.
Oh my God.
And no one ever talked about this experiment ever again. And what's even more intriguing is that Tesla died in the same year, right around the time this happened. And the US government officials swarmed his hotel room and estate soon after, making any possible evidence that he time traveled or had any association with this project disappear. Thankfully, it wasn't all gone for good. After much pressure from the science community and Tesla's heirs, they ended up releasing 250 documents to the public in 2016, many years after any of this happened. Now, if you look closely enough into these documents, you'll find something known as the Montauk Project. It's rumored that the Montauk Project initiated to set up a time machine in an abandoned military base of Long Island, and that's where the Project Philadelphia actually came from.
Wow.
And the government had instructed Nikola Tesla to run the experiments at this military base. So while we're at conspiracy theories, there's one more that stems here. Maybe, just maybe, Nikola Tesla faked his own death in 1943, right around the time of the Philadelphia Project, to keep continuing these experiments for the government. It keeps getting better and better, doesn't it? So even after all this, the question still remains, does time travel really exist? Because it's not really like we're just traveling back in time to when World War II happened or when the dinosaurs first went extinct. As of today, there are still no documents about attributing Nikola Tesla's work on time travel to his name, considering he was a Serbian working on American soil. But who knows? Any scientists who do know what his research was about might eventually come forth and bring in new technology that would let us travel through time, if they don't end up having to fake their own death, that is.